Yo, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. The tool you see here is Outlier. They do sponsor my channel. If you want to, if you like what you see, if you like it, you want to check it out, you can use my link in the description. They'll give you a free week. It is what it is. All right. Trying to get the followers up, man. Like, subscribe. It is what it is. Wasn't feeling too good the last few days, but I'm back. We back. It is what it is. All right. First game on the docket here. We're looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers at Boston Celtics, 226 over under in this spot. Boston favored by 9. All right. Right off the bat, gonna give you guys a few plays that I like. Some I might play, some I might not, but the numbers gonna stack up right. All right. So decent matchup for the guards here. I'm looking at the point guards. I'm looking at Darius Garland. Couldn't talk you off the over points for him. You can look at his 3-pointers. This is a head-to-head view. The last 4 games, he's 3 or 4 to his 3-point number there. 5, 2, and 4. These teams just played. This is a rematch, right? So speaking of guards, point guards, whatever the case may be, I like both of them, him and White. Boston giving up the 5th most points to the point guard position, and Cleveland they're not too far around them. They like 10th or 11th. They're giving up points to the point guard position. So there you have that. All right. I like both guards. Last time these two teams played, both guards got there. You can look at the threes. Boston giving up the 2nd most threes to the point guard position. So if you like Darius Garland, you could look at his points and threes, or points and or threes. All right. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking at right there. All right. Everything else is self-explanatory. You could get to a lot of players in this game here. I was looking at a bankroll builder in an instance where I could do a bankroll builder. I was looking at the 3-ball. I'll tell you the truth. Going over to two threes made. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, Max Struss. Max Struss had 4 or 5 threes last time these two teams played. Maybe a Darius Garland. That's a 157. You could probably go with a Jason Tatum right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a minus 105 right there. 2, 2, 2, 2. However you want to do it. You can mix it up, mix anybody in with that you want. You know what I'm saying? That's just a prime example, you know what I'm saying, of what you can do. All right. Don't mean it's got to hit, but it is what it is. All right. Next game on the docket here is going to be the Chicago Bulls, my Chicago Bulls at Miami Heat here. All right, so we got 217 over under here. It's 2 slow paced teams, just ugly, right? I don't like too much here, to tell you the truth, but we all know Kobe White has been on fire. We do know that, so you can go back to the well on Kobe White if you want to. I'll give you guys some numbers. Kobe White, last 10 games. Actually, we can start with the threes. You can look at it. He's 8 for 10 to this number, which is 3.5 last 10 games. Head to head in this matchup, his last 4 games, he's hit 4 threes in each and every last one of them versus this team. That's a head to head matchup. Speaking of head to head matchups, point guards, the 3-ball versus Miami. For the point guards, they're giving up the 5th most threes to the point guard position. And shooting guard, Miami is giving up the 6th most threes to the shooting guard position. Chicago Bulls is giving up the 2nd most threes to the point guard position. You can also find this information over here. If you just wanted to filter it to the 3-point defense right here, as you can see, you can go point guard, 23, shooting guard, 27, small forward, 11, power forward 23, center 7. So kind of like simplifies your research. Then you can look at the insights. They will have a couple insights there. This is an insight from a game. The Chicago Bulls are 4-1, 8% versus the Miami Heat since the start of 2022, 2023. Chicago money line is a plus 154. Interesting money line. That's interesting there. Definitely interesting. And then if you click on that, you can get the line change, the odds timeline, the odds change to open up at plus 185. Then there's at the plus 160, 154, 145, 150, things of that nature, where the money comes in and things like that. You can get all of that. All right. So there you have that. Honorable mention here. Definitely got interest in I got interest in the rebound prop for Vucevic with no Bam. I don't know if I'll get to the well there. You could take a double for him. It's a minus 200. You can use that as a parlay piece there. But, it is what it is, right? Taking a look at the rebound prop, let you know how he's fared lately. Let's just go head to head. So he's got, last 3 games he didn't hit 10 rebounds. Of course, Bam probably was there. But, we know there's no Bam. So, it is what it is, right? Any other players? They don't have any Miami Heat players out. Let me keep it moving, all right? Going over to the Minnesota Timberwolves at Dallas Mavericks game, we got an over under 230.5 in this spot. I do think Ant-Man is playing. I think I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on this Minnesota team on the road. They only have they don't have numbers out for Minnesota because I know they're waiting on, they only have Luka Doncic and Derek Lively out. Taking a look at some of Luka Doncic's numbers here, and some of his numbers favored the under, man. So let's see, steals and blocks. Let's go head to head versus this team, right? Points rise, right? So 33.5. He hasn't hit this number in the last 2 years. He hasn't hit this number versus this team. They even have first quarter points, right? His numbers are 8.5. He hit it the last time these two played, but that was last year. And then you can see the minutes, right? So this is how you can decipher rotations and stuff. This is just first quarter, right? And I really want to touch on this, but you got a lot of first quarter bets out there, and just knowing rotations. Luka Doncic plays the whole first quarter. Joel Embiid plays the whole first quarter. Guys like that. As you can see, here's the first quarter minutes right here. 12 minutes, 11.8, 12. He might as well just say 12 across the board. His points and assists, he hasn't got there in the last 2 years. Assists, got there a couple times. What else? I mean, blocks, steals, rebounds, whatever the case may be. You can look at it all. You know what I'm saying? Rebounds and assists, it is what it is, right? But I nothing for this game right now. I'm leaning towards Dallas money line. I'm leaning towards Minnesota money line on the road, right? We got the Brooklyn Nets at Denver Nuggets, right? So of course, going right to the well with Joker, right? So look at that joke. I'm looking at the triple double for Joker, man. It's not enough value on there. It's not enough value on there, to tell you the truth. But I'm looking at a triple double for him. He's had a triple double in 3 of his last 4 games for them versus them. The minutes have been there. I'm just going there. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. All right. I'm gonna sprinkle something on it, not too much, but I like Joker for the triple double. Other plays that I like here, you can look at the rebound prop and or threes for Michael Porter Jr. First, let's start with the 3-pointers made head to head versus this team, and the DVP and everything has been lining up, right? So he hasn't faced this team this year, but his three balls sitting at 2.5. He's hitting in back-to-back games versus this team. 3-pointers made allowed versus small forwards. They were Brooklyn ranked dead last or something right now. I have to go look at some more numbers, but right now they got them dead last, right? So, and then you could look at the rebound prop. Another thing that's what I was looking at was the rebound prop. Head to head, he's hit this number. He's 50% to this number head to head. Lately, last 10 games, he's 6 to 10 to this number. He's got 7 rebounds or more in every game. In 7 out of his. And he's. Let me filter this real fast because you can't for my people who like the outlines. And on same game parlays, he's 100% to this number in his last 10. 2023, he's 76 to this number, 76% to this number. 2023. So he's been rebounding the ball very well. There you have that, right? Next player I'm gonna look at here is going to be Jamal Murray. And I'm gonna like his. I'm gonna end up liking his three, man. I'm gonna like the three ball. He's 50% to this number his last 10 games. Head to head, he's hit this number in both games. I'll be looking for Joker to get these guys some open shots. As you can see, you could even go back to the DVP. Um, 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 Point guards versus Brooklyn, they get up the most threes to the point guard position, right? And that's been like really, really, really true. I mean, guys like Rozier been lighting their ass up. Going back to the Rozier, and going back to that Miami Heat game, point guards been firing their ass up. Rozier got back-to-back 5 3-point games. He takes the scouting report, they take advantage of the scouting report. I think he's got 4 back-to-back games. 2 back-to-back games with Rozier with hitting his three ball versus Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the 3-ball is real, right? Is real, right? So they have that. Those are the 3 guys that I'm looking at over there for that game, and definitely I'm looking at Denver to win this game here. Might have to do a same game parlay in this one or something, but it is what it is. You could probably, I don't know, you could do a lot of things here. All right, so but I'm just keep it moving, right? So Oklahoma City Thunder at Sacramento Kings, right? So right here, we have an over under 244. This is probably the same game parlay game of the day. So maybe if I go live, come back here, we probably can get one together. However, this is the fastest paced team on the slate today, right? So looking at teams, general, advanced, boom, right? Let's go to pace, right? Indiana Pacers number 1, Washington 2, Hawks, San Antonio, Milwaukee. None of these games are on the slate right now, right? So Oklahoma City Thunder 6 in pace. They're the top pace team on the docket right now. Then you got Sacramento Kings at 11, right? So I expect a lot of points and things that have to be put up in this one. We already have a 244 over under in this spot. Going over to the outlier to just a lot of people are in play here. First thing I want to do is touch on Keegan Murray, right? Let's get this shit out the way. Right now on FanDuel, you can get his rebound prop at 5.5. Let's see. I got it at 5.5 on FanDuel as a bankroll builder. I teased it down, but it's still at 5.5 at plus 450. I mean, minus 142, 5.5. You could jump on it right now if you want. Should be a lot of rebounds to go around in this one. Harrison Barnes, it's as bad as the taste as it sounds in your mouth. Harrison Barnes, 3.5 rebounds is in play. And I didn't even look at Harrison Barnes' rebound. But we can look at head-to-head here, right? Okay, over 6.5. Head-to-head, right? And then you can also get a double-double for Keegan Murray at a very nice price, too. Matter of fact, let's go take a look at the double-double here, just in case you guys want to get froggy and leap, right? So double-double for Keegan Murray is a plus 550 right there. I'm going to throw that over there because it's a lean, right? And then I'm going to throw this over there because it's a lean, right? Triple-double for Domantas Sabonis, right? Other guys, you can look at the Joker and you can look at Luka for a triple-double as well, right? In these spots. Now let's go back to where we were. Keegan Murray, head-to-head versus this team. He's got double-digit rebounds in 3 of his 4 games. Versus this team here, the matchup rebounds versus the power forward. As you can see, this team OKC is ranked 28. As you can, Smith. What was his name? Smith Jr. came in here and got 18 rebounds versus these motherfuckers, right? So I like the over rebounds. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite, if not my favorite player of the day. Over the 5.5 rebounds for Keegan Murray, right? Three ball. That's what I'm looking at. He's had 3 or more threes versus this team in every game, right? So you can look at the threes for him as well. Historically, he's hit this 3 ball versus this team, right? Another guy I want to talk about, his minutes has went down, but if you're looking at a same game parlay, and if these guys are going by the scouting report, we could look at head-to-head versus these two teams here. He's hit this. Kevin Huerter, his points probably sitting at 9.5. Of course, his minutes got cut, especially the last 3 games. We could look at his last 10 game log. 1 point, 6 points, 3 points. The minutes look like 16, 17, 16 versus this last 3 games versus the 31, 29, 25, 32, 24, 26, 20, 22. So if you think, he's going to get close to, get some minutes, you can look at the 9.5 points. As you can see, head to head, he's crushed this number versus his team throughout his last 4 games. But you have to be cautious in certain spots, right? Now SGA. Let's talk about SGA, right? SGA, because this is a game we're gonna look at for same game parlay. So we're gonna touch on this game, and I'm gonna keep it moving, right? So SGA head to head versus this team. He's been doing work, right? His PRA, he's 4-5 to this number. His points, sitting at 32.5. He's 4-5 to this number. I mean, do you need me to keep going? Like, you don't need me to keep going. Let's go last 10, right? And let's go to steals. So last 5 games, he's been on a mission in the steals department. 3 steals, 5 steals, 6 steals, 5 steals. So he's been on a mission. That's a few props that I'm looking at. And I know my people out there, they like the first quarters, right? So you could definitely look at the first quarter points and stuff like that. He's 50% to his first quarter line at 9.5 assists. Let's see, first quarter rebounds. He's looking like, meh. It's not a good rebounding team. First quarter assists, 4 of 10, but it is what it is. Next person we're going to talk about is going to be the none other than Sabonis, and we'll get off this game, right? So Sabonis, Sabonis, where are you? So if I can't really just scroll and find them, I'll just scroll right here to their name and just pick them out. Bam, Sabonis. And let's just take a look at Sabonis numbers here, right? Let's go points-wise, head-to-head. His points sitting at 18.5. He's only hit that number once, but he's gotten around it. Rebounds here, he's flirting with the rebound. His rebound sitting at 13.5. Like, he's got 13 rebounds or better in his last 5 games versus this team. Okay, so points and assists is in play. Points and rebounds is in play. Rebounds and assists are in play. He's 100% to this rebounds and assist number here versus his team. Speaking of 100% to his rebounds and assists, let's check his PRA out. 3 of 5 in his last 5 and triple doubles, right? So he's got 2 triple doubles versus his team. This is a triple double spot, right? Definitely a triple double spot. If you want to look at some first quarter numbers for him, first quarter rebounds sitting at 3.5. He's 4 or 5 to this number. First quarter points. He's hit this number 3 out of 5, including 3 in a row. His first quarter points are sitting at 4.5. First quarter assists. He's 100% to this number, 1.5 and 5 straight games, right? So yeah, I'm just saying. You feel me? Smell me? I'm just saying. Moving over to the next game to talk about will be let me see. Right, so the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trailblazers game is not on the books right now. Keep an eye out for the injury news. Maybe something we could talk about later on, but a few things that I will point out here is I'm going to always like Anthony Simon 3-pointers, and Walker Kessler start. I'm going to like his rebounds along with his blocks and steals, especially against this Portland Trailblazers team, and I'll tell you why. His blocks and steals should be litty, right? So look at this. Let's filter to the center position. Blocks here. Portland giving up the third most blocks to the center position. Portland's giving up the fifth most steals to the center position, right? And then Portland's giving up the third most fantasy points to the center position. So there you have that, right? So that should be Walker Kessler. If he plays and gets the starts, that should be him right there, right? Keeping it moving to the Los Angeles, to the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Clippers, right? So it is what it is. I'll tell you this right now. Kawhi Leonard, last 4 or 5 games been on a tear. So, and then we don't know if Paul George is playing or not. So if you want to gamble with the injury report and say he's playing or say he's not playing, you can take advantage of some of his numbers right now. Last 5 games for him, points wise, 31, 34, 41. A couple of 20 and 17. He could be turning that corner. He could be on some, hey, I don't give a fuck what, type of shit. We could look at numbers head to head. His point props sitting at 27. He's 2 of 5 to this one here, but it's a new day, right? Some other props you can look at is his steal. He's got a steal or better in every game in 5 straight games, and including to this prop, he's 2 of 5 to 3 of 5 to this number for 60%. Assists here. He's 3 of 5 to his number in the last 5. First quarter points, 3 of 5 to that number in his last 5. Points and assists, 3-pointers. He's been hitting threes lately. Last 5 games, he's hit 6 threes, 3 threes, and 2 threes. Head to head, blocks. Let's see, rebounds, right? Head to head, he's 100% to this number. His rebound prop sitting at 6.5. So just a few things. First quarter rebounds, take a look at that. He's 100% to this number versus this team at 2, at 1.5. And then last 10 games, he's 40% to that number. So it's just a lot, man. You could look at James Harden. Some of these numbers, if you think Paul George is going to be out, you could jump on some of those numbers right now. It is what it is. If you just got, a little bit of extra, but they baked in, and injuries are baked into their lines right now. You can tell, right? So with that being said, guys, peace out. It is what it is, guys. Have a great day. Might go live later on. Be on the lookout. Like, subscribe, hit notifications bell. It is what it is. Peace.